What if cats could control time? Now there's a thought experiment that could make Einstein's head spin. Picture your average house cat, fluffy, aloof, an agent of chaos and naps. Now, hand them the keys to time itself. Would they pause time to enjoy an endless sunbeam? Would they rewind to watch you trip over the same rug 5 times in a row? Or, let's be honest, would they fast forward through all the boring bits until it's dinner time? First off, let's talk about naps. Cats already sleep for what, 16 hours a day? They've practically mastered time manipulation without any fancy superpowers. Now imagine giving them the ability to stop the clock. Your cat would stretch out on your couch, the sunbeam perfectly frozen on its fur, the world outside silent and still. And your cat? Absolutely thriving. In fact, they might never unpause. You'd come home from work, and it'd be like walking into a Renaissance painting. But what about playtime? Cats, for all their regal airs, are absolute goofballs when it comes to chasing things. A piece of string, a jingly ball, or the holy grail of feline entertainment, the laser pointer. Now, if cats could control time, the laser pointer would become the ultimate time loop experience. Picture it. They leap, paws outstretched, and just as they're about to miss the dot, because they always miss, rewind. Leap again, rewind, leap again. Cats would turn your living room into their own personal Groundhog Day. Except instead of learning life lessons, they're just perfecting the art of almost catching that infernal red dot. Now let's consider what would happen if cats used their newfound powers on us. Oh, you think you're running late for work? Nope. Time freeze. Your cat wants cuddles now. You'd be halfway out the door, keys in hand, and suddenly you'd find yourself immobilized, forced to stay and scratch behind their ears until they decide time should resume. Or imagine this. Your cat rewinds every time you forget to feed them. You'd be stuck in a perpetual loop of them meowing, you getting up, and them meowing again because you didn't give them the right flavor. Time control wouldn't make them more patient, it would make them the ultimate divas. And let's not forget revenge. Accidentally step on their tail? Instant rewind. Step on it again. Rewind. Again. You'd be trapped in a never-ending guilt spiral while your cat gleefully watches you apologize over and over. But maybe, just maybe, cats would use their powers for something greater. Think about it. Cats already have this weird sixth sense. They can predict earthquakes, they stare at invisible things, and they somehow always know the exact moment you sit down to start typing before deciding to walk across your keyboard. Maybe they'd pause time to save you from a bad decision, like eating gas station sushi. Or maybe they'd rewind to stop you from dating that one person who, in hindsight, looked suspiciously like their ex. But let's not kid ourselves. Cats aren't exactly altruistic. If they could control time, it wouldn't be to solve world hunger or prevent disasters. No, they'd use it for the small stuff. Keeping the sunbeam just right. Freezing the moment before the vacuum cleaner roars to life. Extending the time you spend dangling a feather toy in front of them. And who could blame them? Cats don't need to rule the universe. They just need to rule you. So here's the big question. What would you do if your cat could control time? Would you beg them to stop rewinding that embarrassing moment you walked into a glass door? Would you try to negotiate a time travel truce with extra treats? Or would you just accept that, once again, cats have won? Because let's face it, even with all the time in the world, cats wouldn't change a thing. They've already figured out what matters: naps, play, and reminding us that they've been in charge this whole time.